everybody. I had a request for our cool down stretch. Somebody wanted to know some of the stretches that they can do. This is the routine I use myself and the routine I use after all my classes that I teach. So I always start with the neck and traps. You want to get your feet underneath your hips, stand nice and tall, and I'm going to pull my head down, and I'm going to kind of, I'm looking to the left and I'm pulling my head down to the right, and I'm getting my left side trapezius muscle. So you want to be kind of gentle with this and just pull as far as your range of motion will go. You're going to come back to neutral, and then you're going to go to the other side with it. Back to neutral, and interlace your fingers behind your head, and then pull down and kind of gently sweep both directions. Upper back and lats. Hook your left elbow and pull it across. And then you're going to raise that elbow up, and you're going to pull in on it. So this is for your lat and the back of your shoulder and the back muscles over there. From here we can push down on the wrist and stretch out that tricep. So really reach up with that elbow when you're doing these. So tricep stretch by pushing on the wrist or pulling down on the wrist. Same thing other side. Hook at the elbow and pull across. Raise the elbow up, pull in on it. So if you have a question about how long you should be doing this, you need to do it as long as you need to do it for. Some stretches, some people really don't need to stretch. We're going to push down on the wrist. Some people need to spend 2 to 3 minutes on a stretch. I use stretching for pain relief and to kind of more so just cool down. We're going to hang stretch on our next exercise. So there's a lot of conflicting ideas on stretching as far as its benefit. Some people don't believe that there is much benefit to it. So if you have trouble in your stretching or your hang stretches, you can't get your palms down, just reach behind your calves and kind of pull. Other things that you can do is you can add weight by folding your arms. We're okay to wiggle. We're okay to move our head and shoulders here, but just get a nice deep hamstring stretch here. I'm going to push my right knee forward. My feet are going to be close together. I'm going to place my right elbow on my right knee. So I'm locking out this left leg. I'm going to raise my left arm, and I'm going to rotate into it with pressure from this right elbow. So I always open up my palm and stretch out the hand and the wrist here as well. The forearm. Go ahead and switch sides. Left elbow, left knee. I'm going to have a seat on the ground. Right leg is out straight. Your left heel is in, and we're going to push down. This is, you want to keep your glutes level here. We're just going to push down. I have really tight hip flexors, so this is a troubled spot for me. Actually, this is a pretty good range of motion today. So I'm going to take this left leg, I'm going to cross it over, I'm going to stay nice and tall. My right hand is crossing over, pulling it up. My left hand is going to center it. I'm going to find that tightest spot that I can. Hold and breathe there. So now my left foot goes flat. I'm taking my right elbow, I'm wedging it in there, and I'm going to use it to create a little more rotation and look and open up my thoracic spine a little bit, and a little more upper back and neck on that, as well as your lower back. We're going to lay back, we're going to grab the left knee, and we're going to pull it up and off to the side. And I always like to move my ankles around here. Well, this is your glute and hamstring connection. So we're working on the left knee here, so I'm going to take my right foot, place it flat. My left heel is going to my right knee, so I'm going to elevate. I want to keep my heel above my knee. So right hand comes across the foot again. I'm pulling down and I'm elevating my foot a little bit more, and I'm going to push out on the inside of my knee. and use my glute muscle to try to push that out slightly. So this is your piriformis muscle that is deep underneath your glute muscle, your glute max. Left hamstring. So here we can point and pull on the toe to open up those nerves in the back of the leg. And we're going to hang it over. Knee can bend, and we want to look away from this. And I'm pulling my knee down a little bit to increase that stretch. And you can bend and extend, and that can get the piriformis muscle and those deep glute muscles a little bit further as well. So now we'll go same thing, other side. So right hip flexor to start. Keep your glutes level. Push down on that knee the best that you can. Good, nice, tall posture in these. Right leg, we're going to cross it over, pull it up, center it, bring it in. Right foot goes to the ground, left elbow's across. We're using it to increase a little rotation and a little more thoracic mobility. Thoracic cage is pretty much the upper center of your back. Behind your shoulders, that would be your thoracic spine. We're going to lay back. We're going to pull this right knee up and in. Glute and hamstring. I start to move my ankle a little bit here. Left foot flat. Your right heel goes to your left knee. We're going to elevate it. My left hand's coming across and pulling down and in. We're going to push out on the interior of your right knee here. Piriformis stretch. And right hamstring, point and pull on the toes. And you're going to hang it over. And you're going to look away from it. We can bend and extend. So now we'll go to our stomach for a Cobra or a seal stretch. So your hips are going to be down. Pull your shoulders back. Now we're going to look up. So I'm going to bring my right knee forward. I'm going to push my left hip into the ground. I'm going to sweep my left shoulder across. And this gets into the psoas a little bit. And a little bit of quadratus laborum on these. And a little bit into that hip flexor. Legs are back to neutral. Left knee is up. Right hip is down. And I'm going to sweep that right shoulder across and look behind. Both knees are underneath you. Shoelaces are down. Hips are back. Now we're going to walk our hands forward. So this is upper back and lats. Really keep reaching and arching, chest towards the ground on these. Take both arms to one side and really pull with the side you're away from. So I really feel this on my left side. So lats into that whole side of your obliques, whole side of your left torso here. Switch directions, switch sides with it. And we're going to finish with calf stretches. So try to get your heel down, right side, and I'm pushing my hip out to that side a little bit. Bring the knee forward, and that can get into the Achilles and the heel a little more, or calf a little more. Switch legs. And from there, I was finished with a straddle stretch. And lately, I've been working on pivots into splits, because that's a challenge for me, and it's something I want to get better at, so I work at it. So that's hip flexors and hamstrings and adductors a little bit more. So that's a cool down stretch. I typically do the same one, and I always breathe through it, and I always use it as my cool down. So I hope you get something from that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.